You see, Kirtan, what happens is, this voice that we have, we make noises, we speak, we sing. It is actually divine in the sense that it is a vibhuti of God, a power of God. In Bhagavad Gita, we are studying the 10th chapter, which is called Vibhuti Yoga. All glories, excellences, powers are from God, belong to God. So when you give your voice in Kirtan, when you sing the name of the Lord, we actually acknowledge this. We acknowledge the truth that it's not just some biological function, physiological function that we have, this ability to speak and sing. We acknowledge the presence of God within us. We offer up our voice to the Lord and acknowledge the truth that it belongs to the Lord, it is the Lord. This is what Kirtan does. A very senior Swami in our order a long time ago, Swami Sarvapriyananda, he put it this way. In Advaita Vedanta, what's the ultimate goal? You ask yourself, who am I? And you realize that you are Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. So you ask yourself, what is the self? What exactly am I? I am that absolute reality, existence, consciousness, place. But then, he went on. This is standard Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta. But then he went on. That if you ask the world which you are seeing, usually in Advaita Vedanta we say the world is false as an appearance. So the Swami, he says, then after realizing you're Brahman, if you actually interrogate the world, what are you? The world will tell you, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. If you ask the Lord, Bhagavan, Ishvara, in all the amazing forms, you ask, what are you? The Lord will tell you, Aham Brahmasmi. There is one indivisible existence, consciousness, bliss, shining forth as all of this. Swami Vivekananda said famously, he who runs away to meditate and die in a Himalayan cave has missed the way. He who plunges headlong into the vanities and the foolishnesses of this worldly life has missed the way. Then what is the way? If you can't run away from it and if you can't plunge into worldly life, then what is the way? The way is to divinize life itself, is to see God wherever you are, with whom you are, in every aspect of life. Sometimes I explain Advaita Vedanta using the gold and ornaments example. I'll extend it a little further and we'll understand what Kirtan really does. The gold and ornaments example is pretty easy to understand. We see a necklace, a bracelet, and a ring, and then we are told that these are names and forms. The reality is gold. And then we begin to see that, it is gold, that is gold, this is gold, that's gold. If you throw away the ornaments and look for gold, you'll never find it. If you think that one particular ornament is gold, you'll be trapped, because once that is melted, the necklace is melted and made into a ring, you'll think gold is gone. But you realize the underlying reality. Gold is the reality of all of that. And that is the realization of Brahman, that one existence, consciousness, bliss, in and through all names and forms. However, I'm going to extend it a little further. Once you know what gold is, and you look at the ornaments, you don't have to do that Advaitic trick. Mentally separate the names and forms. This is not a ring, not a necklace, not a bracelet, it's gold. You don't have to do that anymore. Does any of us do that? We know what gold is. And we know what a necklace is, what a ring is, what a bracelet is. And we see, yes, it's gold, and it's a bracelet. And it's wonderful. In the same way, once one realizes what Brahman is, with eyes closed in meditation within, in prayer within, with eyes open, looking at this wonderful world, both ways, it is the same reality, same divinity shining forth. Within, inside, the inner radiance, outside with eyes open. Here is gold. That bracelet, yes, it's gold. Here is gold, the ring. Here is gold, the tiara. Here is that one radiant existence. Yes, the man, the woman, the chair you're sitting on, the space around us, this amazing, vast, steaming city around us. See the radiance shining forth everywhere. That is what Kirtan does to you. You see the divinity, and you see that shining forth, and then you take it out from Kirtan into your life. You don't have to sing and dance there, but let your heart sing and dance as you go about the business of life. As you walk and talk and drive and shop, as you enjoy and suffer, let the Kirtan thunder or sometimes whisper within you. Not as a practice, as a fact. Where is the Kirtan of the Lord going on? Here, samsara. This is the Kirtan. So no, Swami, this is samsara, this is terrible. In ignorance, it's samsara. In knowledge, in enlightenment, this very thing, Sri Ramakrishna says, it becomes Lila, the divine play of the Lord. Not only the Lord in all these forms, but in one special way. The special way is what religions call God. Ishvara, Bhagavan, as Durga, as Kali, this is Navaratri, as Shiva, Mahadeva, we sang, as Narayana, Vishnu, and as the avatars, Rama and Krishna and Ramakrishna and Jesus, and as the prophets who taught humanity. These are the radiant forms who embody the Kirtan. And the Kirtan points to them. Sri Ramakrishna, he says, I'll end with this. This is not a time for a full Vedanta lecture. Some of you are thinking, oh no, he's on a roll. Sri Ramakrishna said, his final view, it's very difficult to pin down the exact philosophy of Sri Ramakrishna. Is it non-dualism? Is it devotion? Is it dualism? Because if you read his dialogues, he moves very smoothly from a talk about the non-dual Brahman to an ecstatic singing and kirtan about Krishna, about Chaitanya, Gauranga. How does he do that? What enables him to move easily between an impersonalistic approach to the yogic meditation, to the ecstatic kirtan and bhakti, and shedding tears for the Divine Mother? So what makes him do that? He says in one place that after the attainment of Brahma Jnana, after the attainment of the knowledge of Brahman, you are Brahman, that one existence, consciousness, bliss. I'll tell you in Bengali what he said and translate. Bhakti bhakto bhagavan niye thaka, ei pakamat. Pakamat means the final, the ripe, the final opinion, the final conclusion which he has reached is after enlightenment. In various paths, you've come to the realization of this divinity everywhere, inside, outside. Then you spend the rest of your life, stay the rest of your life with bhakti, love. Bhakta, the lovers of God, and Bhagavan, the object of your love. Because it's the same thing. Today we were reading in the morning reminiscences of Swami Shivanandaji, Mahapurush Maharaj. So some monk says that at one time Swami Shivananda and Swami Turiyananda are speaking. That's Swami Shivananda there and Swami Turiyananda there. Turiyananda is a classical Advaita, non-dualist. Brahman is real, the world is false. So Turiyananda is saying to Shivanandaji, this is all false, it's an appearance. And Shivanandaji says, no, why should that be? It is all true. It is all real. Now the monk who heard this, he says, I felt that they are both saying the same thing from two different aspects. This is all real. This is staying with this one divinity, one object of love shining forth as samsara. Samsara is converted into Lila then. Then Kirtan moves from the temple into your office, into your school, into... Okay, I can't resist this. I'll tell you and end with on a note of humor. There was actually this very senior police officer in India. It's a true story. It happened a few years ago. He was seized by Kirtan suddenly. And to the amazement of all the other cops in his office, he's like the police commissioner in a very big city. He comes dancing into the office. And he does all his work. Files and arrest this guy, put that guy in jail and whatnot. He signs off on. But first he dances a little, takes the name of Krishna first and dances around the table and sits down. And everybody found it funny, but you can't dismiss him because he's a police commissioner. And finally, the government was relieved when he himself decided to give up this top job and go away to Jagannath Puri and spend the rest of his life singing and dancing for Lord Jagannath. That put the government out of its misery because they didn't know what to do with it. But it embodies a beautiful principle to take this ecstatic love of God. This is not at all against non-dual Vedanta. Sri Ramakrishna saw this as the culmination of non-dual Vedanta. Keep it in your heart. Give vent to it in private moments or in public kirtan. Some are shy about singing. Sri Ramakrishna would scold such people. the Master Mahashaya who wrote the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Conversations of Sri Ramakrishna. So when there would be Kirtan and people would be singing and dancing. Now he's a schoolmaster, so he's prim and proper. He sat there silently and he liked it, but he wouldn't get up and join. And Sri Ramakrishna scolded him. He said, you have no shame in showing all your, in Bengali they say, how many, Bottish, the 32 teeth, you grin and show your teeth before the schoolboys in class, but you can't sing and dance and take the name of the Lord here? So, what we do is, when we join in the Kirtan singing, we acknowledge this voice here. It's not mine. It has been given by the Lord. I give it back to the Lord and hence purify the voice and purify myself. These fingers, somebody asked the Holy Mother after Mantra Diksha, so should I keep count on the fingers of the japa? I do. She said, the Lord has given you these fingers. What are they for other than to keep count of the name of the Lord? And she meant it in all seriousness. Everything here belongs to the Lord. None of it, not even our bodies, our lives, it's all there. We have appropriated it. Thieves we are. And to give our voice in singing, to repeat the name of the Lord on the japa on the fingers, to use these eyes for seeing the divine vigraha, the form of the Lord in a temple. These are the true uses of this body and mind. This will fulfill you. This will really fulfill you. Not pouring it endlessly. It's like pouring Ganga water into the desert sand. You keep pouring it, it'll still remain a desert. If you pour all of this into the samsara, nothing. You will not get anything back. Just suffering and endless thirst. There's a Bengali poet who sings, O Lord, they sit near the ocean of nectar and they die of thirst, never looking back. They scrabble in the hard, sandy banks, scrabbling for a drop of water, and they die of thirst, never caring to look back and see behind them the ocean of nectar. And my prayer to you is, my Lord, even if they do not want you, even if they do not ask for you, give them that which will quench their thirst forever, out of your own grace. And so this is how the Lord approaches us in different ways. We are very grateful to Soma, to the singers who have poured their heart before us in divine Kirtan. This is the acme of devotional knowledge, bhakti. This focus is jnana. This effort we put forward, all of us together, is karma. And this is, of course, bhakti. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. And thanks, of course, to Professor Bryant in absentia. We heard that he's going to take a sabbatical, so I talked it over with Diane and thought we should grab him one last time before he disappears for quite some time, And so his wonderful talk on sacred sound. Thank you so much. Be safe. Yes.